Welcome back to the Tech Coast Conference. This is Tech Talk Live. I'm your host, Wes Benwick. Joining me today is Pablo Gonzalez. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Wes. I'm happy to be here, man. Thank you.
You've got one of the most straightforward company names I've ever seen. Consult with Pablo.
Connect with Pablo.
Sorry, Connect with Pablo.
You got it.
Very close. Connect, consult.
I do consult, but the name is Connect.
I got it. So what do you consult for? We are at a tech conference. I'm assuming it's tech related?
It has some tech related. I'm here to prove that the future of business development is community creation. And I use a lot of technology to make that happen. It's all about figuring out how you can take the value of your customer base, your employee base, the community, put that together on a stage to showcase that value, and it creates all these ancillary benefits that also lead to recurring revenue streams, digital marketing, different things like that.
All right, I like it, because what's good for the community, right, is good for everyone else.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some real examples.
Okay, sure. Real example that I'm not related to, Harley Davidson. If you have a Harley Davidson, you can't get another brand of bike or you lose all your friends. It's a pretty good staying power right there.
That's a great brand.
Things that I have done.
Yeah.
I came on board to a software company about a year ago. When I joined, I had jumped onto a burning ship. The CEO had gotten in a couple of very public disputes with a couple of different high-level clients, suppliers, employees. The software was not functioning the way it was supposed to. And on top of that, a new competitor came on board, and we went from 500 users to 300 users in the first 2 months. Not a good look, right?
It's the opposite of growth.
Opposite of growth. So what did I do? I reached out to the 12 super users of the software, all the Amazon sellers that were selling $2 to $10 million a year on Amazon, knowing inherently that community in this kind of game is an inherent value. We started doing bi-monthly phone calls, so a phone call every 2 weeks, where we'd give them a little bit of content, and then we'd say, hey, what are you struggling with? How can we help? And we would do a little round table where we'd give each other advice. Within 3 months, these people had bonded so closely that we all traveled down to Panama, toured the Panama Canal, did a live training, I did a SWOT analysis for everybody, and out of that conference, we took away that each person was really, really good at one skill set, right? One person was an Excel wizard, another person was great at outsourcing, another person was great at logistics. So we created a course around the knowledge that we gained from our customer base that we sold, and was a big fundraise. 6 months later, they traveled to Jacksonville. We put 8 of them on stage to present to the rest of our customer base and position them as experts on the subject, and grew their revenue as consulting and coaching contracts. We ended up creating $200,000 worth of revenue or so based on just creating community inside of our customer base. And the beauty of it was that when we recorded the phone calls, because we did it all via Zoom call, we started developing all this digital marketing content that came with it. We had our users saying, I'm struggling with this, and then we had our users saying, oh my God, thank you so much for helping me with that. So we started targeting people very specifically on Facebook saying, is this your pain point? Yes. Opt into our trial, come into our community. They see that there's this group on top, created a very clear customer escalation ladder that retains customers, adds brand value, creates new revenue streams, stuff like that.
I mean, talk about making lemonade out of lemons. That's exactly what you did, right? So is everything you do in intervention is recovering someone, or are you also growing people that are already having success and they just want to see more of it?
I prefer to grow people. I do anything, right? Honestly, my mission is to prove this thing to the world, and I'll jump on any project that makes sense. Another client that I have is a very high-priced marketing consultant that's like a social media strategist for the stars, and he gets these like $20,000, $30,000 consulting contracts because he has this best-selling book about growing 1 million followers in 30 days, which he executed on, by the way, Brendan Kane.
That can be done?
Yeah, so that can be done.
Do you have to be a celebrity?
No, so he actually started managing a big movie studio's digital media department, left and built these huge followings for Taylor Swift and Rihanna and Katy Perry, and got sick of people asking him only if I'm a celebrity. So he went off and built 1 million followers for himself in 30 days, wrote a best-selling book about it, touring the world, and when I entered the equation, he was telling me, I've got these great contracts coming in, but I want to build a recurring revenue stream, and I want to help more people. So we designed 2 groups. One is a $1,000 a month group, just like what I described, and another is a $50 a month group that lives inside of a Facebook group where we share some of the content from the $1,000 a month group. He does live monthly coaching. We have live content strategy creation, and we're creating community around it where they're all interacting, and the people in the $1,000 a month group have the Facebook group as an audience, as well as his own audience, and the people in the Facebook group are able to create these connections with these influencers and these other people. So it's all about just connecting the dots with people, and that always provides some kind of value, and we can monetize it through live events, through group coaching, different kinds of things.
I mean, I'm out of breath just hearing you talk about this. That's how exciting some of this is, right? This is the tech behind marketing is what it is, and using tech with marketing, which is something that Blue Horn does every day, which is what I'm the CTO of, and it's exciting to hear about these things.
You get it, man. I mean, this is a stage, so you putting me on here and giving me the value to speak to an audience inevitably is going to create a relationship between us, and you're giving me great value, and you're giving yourself your own value. So if you can own the stage, then you're able to create all of these win-wins, and it's just a systematic way of doing it.
It is. Pablo, thank you so much for joining us on Tech Talk Live. Tech Talk Live.
Got it.
For that mouthful. We are at the Tech Coast Conference at TIA Bank Field here in Jacksonville, home of the Jaguars, but today, home of technology. We'll catch you on our next episode.